What makes or breaks an entrepreneur? What is it? I think a lot of the hot startups that ultimately fail are actually novelties. They're things that people enjoy for a little bit of time, but they're not businesses for the long term. So real products solving real problems is sort of the commonality of all the really, really solid startups. The other piece of that is, of course, like anything, is execution. And execution both on the company building side, can you get the right people into the right roles at the right time? And then also on the product side, can you evolve as the landscape evolves, as the competition evolves? And the best startups, the startups that succeed, are able to do both. There is a third piece, and it's a little bit of an X factor, which is about timing. And you have some control over timing, and then sometimes you don't. But there are definitely cases where really great startups just emerge at the wrong time, too early, too late, usually too early. And that's not something that can be completely controlled by the entrepreneur.
I just quote Ben Horowitz all the time. He gave a speech at Stanford, and he said something that stuck with me to this day. He said the difference between a vision and a hallucination is that other people see the vision, and as investors, like, he's always looking for the hallucinations, right? And when you think about it, it makes sense. Like, who would ever think that I would rent out my room for a week, just some random stranger, right? Like Airbnb. Who would ever think that folks would put all of their information online on the internet and Facebook, right? So when you think about it, like in the context of that, trends don't really even matter, right? Those are the folks who are creating the markets that will eventually matter.
I'm 38 now, but if I could speak to my 22-year-old self, I would have said, take your time. Don't be in a super rush to raise as much money as you can. Get your product right. Get your team right. Everything about the startup environment is not a constant. If you look at history, there are major swings up and down. The only thing to me that really matters, that is immune to all of the fluctuations of hype and buzz and whatever happens in the economy, the teams that can have the fortitude to survive those swings and continue to grow are the ones you want to spend your time with.